Holy shit, it's happening again!
Oh, Mom, I'm on the internet. Mom, you're not looking. I'm on the internet.
The goddamn internet, Mr. Alraz, how was PAX?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
No, I didn't ask for you. I'm asking for your. No, I'm just kidding.
My PAX experience. Yeah, I can tell you my PAX experience in as you play this thing, so that you can actually play. And I entertain everybody with my grandpa stories. It's like, when was your age, kids? I was at PAX. No, I was at PAX last weekend. That was like 3 or 4 days ago.
Zoom.
Wee! Oh yeah, we're gonna play something today, right?
Right.
And you already did the cheat thing. Don't worry, I'm watching.
It's just a password. Don't be like that. Oh,
well,
good.
Beat Brigade at PAX played what did they play? Oh yeah, Zelda 1, the very first Zelda. From beginning to end, no passwords, no save states,
but
no
Zelda 1 can be done on one sitting if you know all the secrets on all screens. This game is bullshit.
In 40 minutes? Can you do Zelda 1 in 40 minutes?
Oh, no, not in 40. No, not in 40 minutes.
They did.
Okay, can you guys see the game? Is the game showing up for them?
They can.
Perfect.
I can see it.
Perfect.
And actually, give me a second just to make sure they have audio.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Right,
thanks, sir. I know, but this time he's in the moon. He can fly real high, which is no goddamn ticker rap. No. This time I actually practiced the game. I actually know what's up now.
Now, for those of you watching this and not having a clue why Lynx is saying that, is because Zera is saying, good luck, you'll need it. And yes, you'll need it. We saw you last time, Lynx.
No, but I
luck.
Practiced.
Yeah, sure. That's what you said last time, too.
No, last time I only practiced the 8 stages.
Uh-huh. Okay. Excuses, I get it. Yeah, PAX 2018. So, where do I even begin? I don't want to sound like I'm just complaining, because I'm pretty sure if you've never been to a video game convention like this, if you go to PAX, it's gonna be amazing. There's lots of games and lots of little things to do, lots of panels, lots of people from the gaming industry that goes to PAX, and you can talk to them, ask them questions. There are lots of indie games. That's very cool. That's my favorite part, because you can actually talk directly to the developers of the game and ask them like, oh, why did you go for this thing, or how does this work, and whatever you want to talk to them. They are always very nice and very open to all forms of questions. If you want to land if you are interested in things like getting a career in game development or whatever, yeah, that part is very cool. For me, it was oh, Zidak is here. Hello, Zidak.
Hey, Zidak.
For me, it was mostly underwhelming. Just like your gameplay. Oh, you're actually using a controller now?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So, you heard that, people. He has no excuse this time.
Hey, I actually made it rather far last stream after you left.
Oh, okay. Zera says, if you have to start from stage 1 after advancing, I'll take a shot of straight whiskey. That will be fun, because, the Beat Brigade does it. Why can't Lynx do it? Oh, flip. Hang on. My microphone is... Oh, flip.
You sound fine. You sound fine.
Okay, my microphone was moving around.
Oh.
So like I was saying, it was overwhelming.
Overwhelming or underwhelming?
Underwhelming. Well, Zidak says, Sarah, you brave boy. Yeah, underwhelming, because it was mostly... well, first of all, I'm not that much into AAA games, except for Mega Man. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But yeah, I'm not that much into AAA games, so all the AAA games that were there for me was like, I saw, well, it was Kingdom Hearts 3. I saw some gameplay, but honestly, I don't want to watch much more until I play it myself. I still have to play the first two, so that's gonna take a while. I also saw what else was interesting that I actually cared for. Other than Mega Man and Kingdom Hearts, I think that was it. Everything else was Spider-Man and Dragon's Quest and all those AAA games that everybody's looking forward to except me, because I'm old and grumpy. But yeah, I mean, if you are into those games, that was fantastic because that was your chance of playing those games before they release. You cannot give feedback to the developers because most of them were not there. But on the indie game side, that's the other side of the story. It was vastly the same games as on previous PAXs that I've been to. I've been going to PAX since 2015. I went in 2013 and 14, but it was like super short on those 2 years. But yeah, I've been going to PAX since 2015, and yeah, it's basically the same games over and over again. And there are a few new indie games, but they look so. They just look like clones of other games, or they look like they're trying to lure you in with their graphics. With like some of them have like very retro graphics, and other ones have like very artsy graphics, like trying to say, "Oh yeah, look at me, I'm artsy. I'm an artsy game." But when you look at the gameplay on both types of games, they're just not interesting. There is nothing capturing my eye.
Sidak says, sorry to interrupt you. Sidak says that the only AAA game he's looking forward to is Soul Calibur, Soul Calibur 6.
Oh yeah, that was there too, and was totally playable. Developers were not there, but yeah, the game was there and you could play it. There was some Dragon Ball Fighters. Oh yeah, there was this other game called Jump Force. I want to say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm really not. It's only because I like Hunter x Hunter and Gon, the protagonist of Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter cross Hunter, more like hiatus cross hiatus, am I right?
Oh yes. Well, but that's because the guy is very sick, man. What do you want?
Oh, sorry. I thought he was already fine. I thought the sickness was.
He has never been fine.
Okay.
He has been doing this whole thing while being sick, and yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No.
But anyways, if you have anything to say, feel free to interrupt me any moment.
Sorry, I'm going to fight the boss. I know this time what to do, but 1 second because I realized I did something wrong. I'm still here on the computer.
Wrong.
Nah, just forgot to tell someone that stream already began.
Alright, well you do that, I'm just gonna read the chat. Sidak says, but I'm a sucker for Soul Calibur. I can understand. And Zera says, speaking of Quick Man, in Mega Man X5 on the Legacy Collection, if you beat Zero Stage 1 without using Dark Disease weapon, you get a trophy called You're Quick Man. Ha ha ha. Very funny of Capcom.
Yeah, very funny.
There.
Yeah, Capcom, good. Yeah, you're quick, man. I know, but you know that stage is. Well, let me quick rant, quick X5 related rant. That achievement is bullshit, and let me tell you why. Because unlike classic Mega Man, who could stick in the walls and his fall speed will remain the same, X0 stick to the walls, and if you stick too much to the wall, your speed will go down considerably because of the whole wall jump, making that achievable.
Well, that's why it's called an achievement, dude. You should not be getting achievements just for playing the games.
No, but it's a bit too harsh, I believe.
No, well, it's an achievement. That's something that you achieve. It's really hard, and you achieve it. That's why it's called an achievement. You're gonna be given an achievement just for using a flipping weapon that does everything for you. You're not. Shut up. I'm gonna keep talking about packs. Oh yeah. Kamen Rider Shin is here. Hello, Kamen Rider Shin, and he says Pain is Mega Man's status quo. And Sidak says you gotta achieve it.
This is a practice run. I'm dodging the Danmaku here because I need to familiarize myself with the Danmaku means bullet hell. Although this is all right. Now I'm going to have.
Let me just finish reading the chat. Sarah says, I did it, by the way. Hardcore. Yeah, that's hardcore of you. That's an actual achievement, not getting achievements for, getting to play the game and pressing the start button. There's an achievement on a game called Grandia 2. Really, really good JRPG from the days of the Dreamcast. They did a remaster for PC recently, and when you press the X button, you get an achievement that says the achievement is called the X marks the spot, and the description says, congratulations, you pressed the X button. It doesn't do anything. Or does it? No, it doesn't. That's the achievement. Kamen Rider Shin says, he's quoting you saying, this is a practice run. You mean this is you dying to get more life? And Sidak says, you must ascend to bullet heaven. Oh,
no!
I see what you did there.
I was halfway through.
You missed the pun, dude.
I heard the pun. It's just right now I'm livid, but oh wait. Perfect.
You didn't get the pun. That's terrible, says Sarah. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yeah, it is terrible.
He's talking about the pun.
Ah. Anyways, PAX. Yeah, the indie games try to lure you with
pretty graphics.
8-bit, yeah, well, 8-bit graphics. They are trying to say, "Oh, look at me, I'm retro," or "Look at me, I'm artsy." And yeah, it worked for a few seconds for me. I just look at the graphics, it's like, oh, look at that, that looks interesting. But when I look at the actual gameplay, there's just nothing original about it. It's just like a Contra clone or a Metroid clone or a clone of multiple games combined together. But there is really no ingenuity or no something that will keep me playing. And Sidak says, my pun was fantastic, and you know it, Sarah. To which Sarah replied, I meant about the Grandia 2 thing. So yeah, just pressing the X button gives you an achievement. Yes. So yeah, to me PAX was very underwhelming. I got to play Mega Man 11 for 11 minutes. It was probably more or less than that, but I'm gonna keep saying that it was 11 minutes because nobody can check anyway. Oh, where do I even start? Do you guys even care? Do you guys?
They're all everyone here is a Mega Man fan, so they care.
Okay, I guess you do care. So yeah, Mega Man 11. Where do I start? It feels familiar yet fresh.
That's the most bullshit sentence I've heard every marketeer say ever.
Well, sucks for you because that's exactly how I felt.
I'm mostly joking. Just carry on. No.
Yeah. So the thing is, the controller. They made a few changes to the controller, yet they managed to keep it the same for hardcore. Mega Man veterans who have been playing Mega Man forever. So, for example, the right stick on the right analog stick. Hang on, let me just read the chat. So, Sidak is saying, I'm likely the only one who doesn't play Mega Mans. Oh, well, that's terrible of you. You should fix that, man. And Kamen Rider Shin says, Halras confirmed for bullshit marketeer. Yeah. So
You shield.
for example, you can use the right analog stick to select weapons. You know, you can move it in any of the 8 directions, and you immediately select that weapon in that direction. Just like, you know, there are 8 robot masters. One of them is in one. Of the
Stage.
8
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I understand what you mean.
Yes. Yeah, so you just move the stick and you immediately get that weapon. So there is no switching back and forth, like 3 to the right, 2 to the left, and so on and so forth. If you want to do that, that option is still available. You just use the L2 or R2 buttons if that's what you want to do. But it's a hell of a lot faster to just use the analog stick. So again, it's there if you want it. If you're a hardcore Mega Man fan, you can still do it the old way. And if you click the right analog stick, you go back to your regular Mega Buster. They also added a button exclusive for Rush. Apparently, Rush is gonna play a more prominent role on the game. Again, I'm not sure. How often do you use dual gear option? Says Zera. I'll get into the double gear option in a second. Just let me. You did it! Oh yeah. By the way, you did it. Yay! So that was the easy part, I'm guessing.
Actually, this stage is much easier, but I'll need to refill this one of the weapons, so don't mind me if I grind just a bit.
Okay, I'll just keep mumbling about nonsense. Yeah, so they usually, you know, in Mega Man 8, for example, you have 2 buttons. One is for special weapon and the other one is for Mega Buster.
Yeah,
Usually
I
for
remember
me,
that.
Yeah, I used to configure them so that the left button, the leftmost button was the shoot, the Mega Buster button, and the topmost button was the Master Weapon button. So in an Xbox controller, for example, that will be X for Mega Buster and Y for a special weapon. What they did here is that X is still your Mega Buster, but Y is now Rush. You press the button and you immediately call Rush. So again, that helps a lot. You can still select Rush on the start menu if that's what you want. If you're a hardcore Mega Man fan and you want to do things the old way, you are still allowed to do that. But they added many options that simplify the way you use the controllers. So yeah, I totally approve of that. I was very happy to feel those things. As for the double gear system, the new mechanic, it's very, very, very interesting because the way this works, in case somebody listening to this doesn't know, the old way is suffering, says Kamen Rider Shin. Well, if you have the new way and you still want to do it the old way, yeah, that will be masochism. And he also says the Legacy Collection doesn't have weapon swap for Mega Man 9. I died inside. That's what he said. Yeah, so the double gear system, in case somebody listening to this doesn't know, the way this works is you have 2 gears, one for power and one for speed. You can use one or the other, but you cannot use both at the same time. You activate them with the L1 or R1 buttons. That is L1 for power, R1 for speed. And what happens is when you activate power, you get all of your weapons, including your Mega Buster, are way more powerful. They do more damage. And for example, if you charge your Mega Buster, you get double shot Mega Buster. And when you use the speed gear, what happens is that the game slows down a lot so that you have more time to react. And the interesting thing is that, like I said, you can only use one or the other, but they both share the same, what do you call this, gauge or meter, or the same energy bar. Whenever you are using one of them, this bar starts to fill up. And if the bar fills up completely, you can no longer use them until it completely cools off. So the trick, of course, consists in stop using the gears before the bar completely fills up, so that you can use them again if you need them. The bar is consistently cooling down. Kamen Rider Shin says a speed gear for newbies and power gear for hardcore players. It's not like that, because trust me, that's the same thing that I thought when I was watching people playing the game. and I saw them abusing, especially the speed gear. And when you see other people playing, you look at them and they are looks to you like they are just wasting the speed gear, or they are not the gear itself, but it looks like they are using it way too much, that they should stop at some point, stop the gear at some point. But you moron. But when you are the one who's playing, you feel like the damn thing doesn't last for more like 1 or 2 seconds. Trust me, it's really addicting to use those things. It's really easy to overshoot them, to overuse them, because they are so good. And it just feels like they don't last long enough. So yeah, and I don't know how Capcom did that, but yeah, the gear system is very, very well balanced. You always want to be using them. Real fake floors, says Sidak. You really want to be using them all the time, but obviously you can't. You have to balance them properly. And I saw multiple instances in the game while watching other people playing and while playing myself. I saw multiple Kamen Rider Shin says, "You moron. Alraz is the best emotional support."
Yeah, I don't.
I know, right?
I don't. Trust me, Raz. I don't need that right now because I know this stage better. But the invisible.
I know you can do this. I know you can do this. That's why I'm giving you all this emotional support. Yeah. So I saw multiple instances in the game where you can use the double gear system, either the power or speed. It's like they were designed so that you can use them there, but they were designed in such a way that you don't have to use the gears there. It's just like if you use it properly in that particular spot, that spot becomes better. But of course, you have to use it properly. Otherwise, you're just gonna be shooting yourself in the foot. For example, there's this part in what's his name? What's the electric guy's name?
Impact. No, Fuseman.
Fuseman, yeah, on Fuseman's stage where some electricity things are basically blocking you. Excuse me. There are some electricity bars that light up intermittently, and you have to be jumping in blocks that are between those bars that spark you intermittently. So if you take the jump at the wrong time, the bars are going to light up and hurt you, and you're probably gonna fall and you're gonna have to start over. So that part is a lot easier to do if you have the speed gear activated. But the problem is, if you activate the speed gear at the wrong time, the bars are gonna remain active all the time during the speed gear, and you're just gonna waste the whole thing. So you're not gonna be able to make any progress. So again, the game is very well balanced so that you can't just abuse the things. You have to know how to use them. It's not just hold the button down and you're all set or anything like that. That's for the double gear system. Again, that was I honestly enjoyed using the thing, even though I failed miserably. But yeah, that's like for all Mega Man games. All you have to do is essentially just keep playing and practicing. Another thing from the game, the actual controller, the controls themselves. It feels like any Mega Man game. Like if you have played any previous Mega Man game, Mega Man controls exactly the same. One thing I noticed there was that Mega Man felt a little bit heavy. It's like he was taking some time. It felt weird. He was not reacting immediately to my actions, but I feel confident that it was because the TVs that they had there at the Capcom booth were not properly configured to use the gaming mode. You know how modern TVs need this gaming mode to reduce latency. I feel pretty sure that they forgot to configure the screens for that, and that's why Mega Man felt pretty heavy, because I've had that sensation before, and it's always because of that. It has always been because of that. So yeah. And Zera says, my stream is a bit behind due to my bad internet, but how was the Mega Man 11 difficulty? Oh, I was getting there. Yeah, the difficulty was spot on. It's very, very Mega Man. It was really hard, really frustrating, but it's just frustrating enough that you don't want to give up. You want to show the game that you know what you have to do, that you know you can pass that one particular spot where you keep dying over and over again. And yeah, it's again, it's not frustrating. I guess that's the wrong word. It's more like good to know, say Sarah. But yeah, it's hard, but it's never it doesn't feel unfair, and it doesn't feel like this game, for example. It's just complete nonsense. It doesn't feel like there is no point on trying.
Yes, Cube. Welcome to the stream. I am indeed winning. Actually, I am actually doing well this time. And
wow,
last time was
Really?
2 hours of stage 1.
Soika devil down, says Sarah.
Yeah.
You did it, says Sidak. Yeah, and yeah, again, difficulty spot on, gameplay spot on. The stages are very well designed, and of course the graphics look so beautiful. I'm very, very happy that they decided to go not 8-bit again because yeah,
It's been
Mega
too
Man
much
really,
with 8-bit.
yeah. Yeah, it was way too much. So yeah, I'm very happy that they changed the graphics, modern graphics, like, you know, cartoon style. They keep the essence of Mega Man, even though they modernized it. And one thing I noticed is that the stages have this sense of depth. Like the stages feel like they are really, really big open spaces. I'm not sure how they did the backgrounds, but again, as you're walking, you feel like you're walking through a huge area, a huge jungle or whatever thing. Zera is asking, no Alice?
Yeah, this stage, Alice and Marisa get separated. Alice is going to have her own route next stage.
Okay. And Kamen Rider Shin says, gonna make Mighty Number 9 look worse for trying to overthrow the jump shoot man. Yeah, Mighty Number 9 was missing the graphics. Had Mighty Number 9 had the same graphics as Mega Man 11, I'm pretty sure it would have received like way, way better than it did. In fact, I'm pretty sure Capcom was taking note, and that's why, I mean, Mega Man 11 is essentially Mighty Number 9 with cute-looking graphics.
I still blame in part Inti Creates because they never. Okay, first Inti Create no Unreal.
Before that.
No, sorry, continue.
Before that, Sidak is asking, what's this Mario Bros. World 1-1 stuff?
Okay, let me explain that. Marisa, the character in this game, has another game called Super Marisa Land. That's a Mario Brothers like game. So this is a recreation of that game but using Mega Man physics.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
integrate.
Unreal Engine, for starters, isn't documented in Japanese, but it's the cheapest 3D engine they could get. So when they use that thing, it's like it's more resources than it should. For example, Galgun, it's a cel-shaded shooter that's on rails, an on-rails shooter. It shouldn't need the whole power of the PlayStation 4 to work. It should not.
Yes.
And I actually played the Vita version of Galgun Double Peace, and it runs like ass! Yeah, like ass, like the video game nerd would say. On a related note, the Switch version of Galgun 2 runs at 60 frames per second instead of on 30 instead of 60. Because their code is so poorly optimized, it makes me forget how to speak English.
How to English?
Yeah, but that's Mighty Number 9
right.
should have used HD sprites and not 3D. Integrates simply cannot into 3D. They just can't.
So that's the real issue. That Integrates seems like they are not very good with this whole 3D Unreal stuff. They did essentially the same thing with Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, until
Iga fired them.
yeah, Iga-san got rid of them because, I mean, if you look at the early demos of Bloodstained, they look identical to Mighty Number 9, except that people didn't complain that much because those graphics suit Bloodstained
A
way
bit
better
better,
than it
yeah.
does. Yeah, I mean, a Castlevania game looks good like that, but a Mega Man game does not look good like that, and that's why Bloodstained didn't have such a bad reception back in the day. But-
It sort of did, but not to the level Mighty Number 9 did. Like, people in the Bloodstained forum were again asking back for their money.
Gee, who would have thought? Sarah says, it's playable, but there's slight input lag, not great for a shooter. Are you talking about Mighty Number 9 or Mega Man 11? Or this?
I think he means Galgon on
Galgon.
on Switch.
Okay. Or that one. Which one do you mean, Sarah?
Galgon
but
2
yes.
or double piece.
Or which one? I was going to say something else about. Oh yeah, the other thing is that. Well, ultimately, it is still Concept's responsibility. Whether the game did great or bad or whatever, it was Concept's responsibility. Like Inafune-san said, he owned all the problems associated with the project because ultimately he was the director. He was the one making all the decisions, and he clearly said, "Yeah, it's all my responsibility, no one else's." So, yeah. Sarah says, "No, I meant Galgan on Vita. I see."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but if you played with the updates, it's playable, but the input lag. But if you play the raw 1.0 version, it's just it's worse.
It's just no.
It's just nope.
Yeah. And so back to Mega Man 11. I want to say I'm really, really looking forward to that game, just like I was looking forward for Mighty Number 9, of course. I hope to stream it eventually as it comes out.
No,
it
no! I got stuck in the platform. I got stuck.
Kamen Rider Shin says, unlike Bloodstained, which has no beta for Lynx to play with.
Oh, shut up! I'm still salty about that. You see, Aras, Sarah gave me his old Vita when he got his Vita Slim. So like I was
were very excited.
Yes, I was going to play. I love Castlevania. I think I've already told you I love Castlevania.
Yes.
So I was looking forward playing the Switch version of Bloodstained, and then it got cancelled.
Yes. Yeah, talk to you.
Yeah.
One thing I have to say about this whole experience with Mega Man 11 is that someone in Capcom messed up like really badly. Like they did not communicate very properly because first of all, they were giving away some very nice exclusive pin. That's this little pin that you get if you play the game at the PAX booth, and you cannot get that pin anywhere else in any other way. It's not for sale. Of course, it's for sale by scalpers on eBay, and that was a problem. But yeah, Capcom will not sell that. You can only get it at PAX 2018 by playing Mega Man 11. And apparently they didn't tell that to the guy who was setting up the booth because there were 4 consoles to play the game total. So 4 consoles for all the people jumping in, including all the scalpers who think they can make an easy, quick buck by just getting the pin and selling it on eBay, which, by the way, they are selling for like between $60 and $90 right now. So yeah, the line was absolutely all the time, 100% capped all the time. The line space itself was very short. I think there was a space for like 50 people max total in the line, and of course that was nowhere nearly enough to satisfy all the demand because there were hundreds and thousands of people. But what's happening is like you will come there and there was this lady holding a sign that says line capped, and she was waving it around to make sure that you get the memo that the line is capped and you cannot get into the line and you have to wait until the line opens. Oh. But So what happens is, at some point, they will reopen the line, and I shit you not, all the people who were just walking by will immediately like fall down to the line, and 10 seconds later, again, I'm not joking and I'm not exaggerating, they open the line for 10 seconds and that's it. The line is full again. It's completely capped, and if you were there to line up, good for you. If not, well, you're gonna have to wait for another 30, 40, 50 minutes before the line opens again for another 10 seconds. So yeah, that was very annoying. And even worse is that once you finally make it into the line, it will still take like 3.5 hours before you get to play the game. Then you play the game for like 10 minutes and it's game over because the game is really hard.
Zach says, I thought there were no continues. No, there are continues. There's just no passwords to continue the fortress if you close the game.
Yeah. So, my whole experience with this playing Mega Man 11 for 11 minutes was...
Jump and shoot.
Yes. No. Before that, my experience in order to be able to play the game for 11 minutes, I got to the convention center where PAX is held at 8:30 in the morning. Keep in mind the expo doesn't open until 10 in the morning, so excuse me. So I was like, oh, I'm very smart. Blinding great late.
I am smart. SMRT smart, like Homer Simpson.
Blinding great late. Late. Just gonna call you late.
Oh, late. Hey.
Guess who got their net back?
Welcome, late.
Welcome back. So I got there at 8:30 in the morning, before thinking, oh, I'm very smart, I'm gonna be the first in line and whatnot. So, but by the time I got there, again, I'm not exaggerating, there were about 1,000 or 2,000 people before me lining up to get into the convention center. So, oh sweet, says hyper cute. So I was there in the line at 8:30 in the morning. The doors open at 10 in the morning, and again, not exaggerating.
Just 1 second, you continue.
Sure. Again, I'm not exaggerating. I got to Capcom's booth at 10 with 5 minutes. That is 5 minutes after the doors open, and the damn line was already capped. So I had to just stand around like a flipping idiot pretending to be watching the game when I was just waiting for a spot in the line for about an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. But something that really pissed me off is that there were a lot of people who were there clearly just for the pin. They didn't care for the game at all. I mean, how can I blame them? I was there for the pin too, I'm not gonna lie, but I wanted to play the game too, but I was not desperately worried about it because I know I already bought the game. I have a pre-order, so I know I'm gonna get to play it eventually. But it was very annoying that the line was so artificially
big,
full, and so artificially big, because these people just wanted the fucking pin. And again, I'm not exaggerating. I saw people who got into the game. They died after 10 seconds, no exaggeration, no joke. They die after 10 seconds, and they're like, oh, okay, I think I'm done. It's just grab their pin and walk away. It was so
Scalpers are the cancer of today's hobby of video games.
Exactly. And yeah, so Capcom, you need to fix that. You can't have just 4 consoles and tell people we're gonna have this exclusive item that you can only get if you play in the consoles themselves, because, well, you get things like this happening. That I honestly spent about 6 hours in Capcom's booth just to be able to play the game for 11 minutes. And that's just not a good user experience. They definitely need to improve on that. They need to either not offer free exclusive crap that scalpers are gonna be looking for, or put more consoles there. So because, for example, Devil May Cry 5 had an even bigger line. By the way, I feel sorry for those people, but they also had more consoles there. They had like 6, and I'm pretty sure they had even more for Resident Evil 2. I just don't know for sure because it was covered. You had to enter like in a small room that was occupying like I don't know, 50% of the space of Capcom's booth. So I'm guessing that most of their consoles were for Resident Evil 2. But again, I don't know. I'm just speculating there. And we're at the boss. Hello, boss. So yeah, that was my experience at PAX. If there is anything you guys want to know, of course, ask in the chat. I got my pin, by the way. I'm very happy. But,
How about your pin?
Yes, but I won't do it that again.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kidding. I will do it again. Yes,
Oh,
I will do
shit.
that again, but I'm just happy I didn't have to. Multiple people told me, "Hey, can you grab me this pin from the Capcom booth?" And I was like, "No, I can't." I mean, friends who know I was going to go to PAX, they were like, "Oh, I heard that Capcom is giving away this pin. Can you grab me one?" I was like, "Nope, no, I can't." But it's so easy. You just have to play the game. Oh yeah, that's that easy, right? You just get to play the game and that's it. And so I guess that this boss is difficult just because you only have one character.
Yes.
And nothing else.
Exactly.
Okay, so Kamen Rider Shin says, "Hey, Alraz, can you time travel to get me that pin?"
Can you?
No, I can't. Even if I could, I won't. Like, actually, if I could time travel, I will probably time travel to get to the booth first. But yeah, it will probably still mean like 3 or 4 hours of waiting outside the convention center in line. So you really can't escape waiting in line, especially at PAX. Hypercube is saying, "Hold on, which one's which?"
Okay, I'm Lynx. I'm Lynx, the one with a thick accent because he can't speak English fluently to save his goddamn life.
And I'm Alraz, the guy who's an American wannabe, but is just as Mexican as Lynx, and even actually less Mexican than Lynx because I'm the worst Mexican ever. But
Okay,
yeah.
Next stage. We're almost done with the game.
Ooh, nice. And that only took 40 minutes so far. Yeah, you can do this on a live music performance with Beat Brigade. They will hire you and
Only the
famous,
fortress,
dude.
though.
Well, you have the password, so which one's which what, by the way, Hypercube? We just assumed that you were asking of which person is which.
Oh, alraz!
So Kamen Rider Shin says Alraz is Filipino, of course. We all know.
For all we know.
No, we all know. He said we all know. I'm just quoting people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for all we know, I'm Filipino. I don't know myself either, so. But I just had a blood test today. I don't think it's gonna include heritage or anything like that, but if it does, I'll let you guys know what percentage of my DNA is Filipino.
Dude, what if it says 25%? What do we do then?
We laugh for a while and then just move on.
Oh, you take it with stride.
Why not? I mean, it doesn't change anything.
I know, you're still someone from the third world who managed to get to the first legally.
Somehow, yes. I mean, I'm still the same person. I just happened to learn something about myself that I was not aware of. It doesn't change who I am, what I am. Oh,
yes, this is
gosh, are
good
you
jumping!
serious?
This is your good jump and shoot! Oh, there we go.
There you go. So, Kamen Rider Shin says, DNA 1% death, 99% Filipino. And minus 1% Mexican, I guess, because I'm the worst Mexican. I really am. I don't even like spicy food. That's like a legal
Dude, what?
requirement in. Yes, it's like a legal requirement in Mexico. If you want to live here, you have to like spicy food.
Okay, I don't talk about my family in these streams because I don't like to power level, but my dad can't stand spicy food either.
Okay, he's almost as bad as I am, I guess. Alright, so where are the final boss people?
No, this is the second to last boss.
Last boss. Oh gosh, how are you in... Oh, we're doing the pop spin dance.
Oh crap.
Oh, you die. Oh, game over. So we're gonna have to do the whole thing all over again.
This stage was short. We can do this.
Fine. So one awesome thing about Bit Brigade, sorry, about PAX, was Bit Brigade. Like,
you like Bit Brigade better than PAX itself.
Yeah, actually, if anything, I will buy tickets for PAX every year just to get to see Bit Brigade and the Super Soul Brothers. Both of those are really good. They're still good, actually, that they split the concerts into 2 days. It's like one day the last band playing is Super Soul Brothers, and the other day the last band playing is Bit Brigade. And they put like some other bands that you probably have never heard of.
Were the Pyromen there? Or oh no, they weren't, right?
No, they are not coming back, Seattle. I actually, while I was waiting in line, I was talking to the people in line because what else am I gonna do? I'm a fucking idiot and I forgot my cell phone.
How could you?
Dude, 6 hours without cell phone and waiting in line doing absolutely nothing.
Shit.
It was a dreadful experience. No wonder why I'm so sore about the whole thing. But anyways, as I was saying, I was talking to the guys in the line, and one of them said that probably one of the reasons why the Protomen decided not to come back, not precisely to Seattle, but to PAX, because they have actually come back to Seattle. They just don't play at PAX. They play at some other places, serve alcohol drinks. So I don't feel like going there. I feel I'm just gonna be dealing with people smelling like marijuana and alcohol, something like that. So Kamen Rider Shin says, "Forget phone. Now Alraz remembers what it was like 15 years ago before phones were fun." Yes, except that I didn't used to wait in line for 6 hours.
Back in the day.
Yeah. I don't think I ever did wait 6 hours in a Well, I did it once when I was like 13, 14 years old. I was waiting in I don't want to remember that story, but anyways, so I was talking to the guys in the line, and one of them say that he talked to the Protomen. I'm guessing one of those Q&As that they do randomly.
Quality game.
And that,
no, continue, please.
Yes. Poor Alras never went to a theme park, says Kamen Rider Shin. I did go to Six Flags in Mexico City, where most people are broke and they don't buy the like premium super fast pass because those things are expensive for Mexican standards. So I did, and I bought the pass. It was expensive, but it was totally worth it because nobody else had that stupid pass. So I was getting into all of the attractions and all the rides super quick and super easy. The line for the premium people was like 3 guys, 2 guys. So I was usually just waiting for 1 cycle and that was it. So yeah, waiting in line for the amusement park is nothing like waiting in line at PAX. I can tell you. Kamen Rider Shin says. Anyways, yeah, the Protomen. One of the things that the Protomen do, one of the reasons they say, one of the guys says, is that the Protomen do this very energetic, very powerful, jumpy, screaming thing. Like everybody's, jumping and yelling. It's like, yeah, we are the dead, and all that stuff. And one of the things that PAX does is that they sit people down in a concert hall. So the Protomen don't like that at all, and I totally agree with that. I mean,
What's the
in
point?
2015, I mean, in 2015, when last time I saw the Protomen, we were at this concert hall and we were all sitting down, and the Protomen were coming in. I was like, no, this is not the way you watch the Protomen. This is wrong. And thankfully, they know that. They know that very well. So the first thing that happens is like, you know, okay, maybe you guys don't know this, but the Protomen are like extremely cheesy, and they do this thing where they are very 80s, if that's the way to describe it. So, sorry.
Did you
No,
die?
at the very beginning, I didn't. I didn't. At the very beginning of each one of every Protomen concert, the Kilroy, one of the only guy who doesn't play an instrument, but trust me, he's really part of the show. You need Kilroy, you know, in order to have a Protomen, a proper.
He's the
Protomen
mascot,
concert,
if you so to speak.
if you will, yeah. So Kilroy comes in front and he's like, "Good evening, Pax Prime," and everybody's like, "Yeah!" and all the hype and whatnot, and it's like, "It is a pleasure to be here. It is always a pleasure indeed to be here." And we're just like, "Yeah, woo!" And the hype grows higher and higher. And that year, he was like,
I don't care anymore.
no, it was like, "However, I have one
Motherfucker.
complaint." And he starts pointing at the people. He's like, "You're not supposed to be sitting down, are you?" And I shit you not, like 10 seconds later, everybody who was already on their feet. So I'm glad to know that I was not the only one worried that, yeah, a Protomen concert is a thing where you have to jump, yell, and shake your fist. And
But
all
not
that.
shoot. Please do not shoot.
No, don't shoot. Don't shoot people. Just shout, but don't shoot.
Jump and shout. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, and well, that's what the guy says. It's probably because they don't get the proper experience. They can't deliver the experience that they want to deliver using the format that PAX is. Oh, this blasted thing! How I hate this thing. On
But you
all
know
major
what's the
games.
best thing about this? We're
That you
almost
have to
done
do
with
it?
the game. We're close to be done with the game.
Oh yeah, right. There's like half an hour of gaming here. In this one room, there's half an hour of gameplay left. So no, we're nowhere near done with the game. So yeah, Protomen, I miss them so much. The Protomen are the best thing. So if you die and you have to continue, do you restart here, or do the bosses you defeat?
Let's not
Yeah.
test that. Let's not test that. I got E-Tank.
I'm just asking because that looks like the more likely scenario, the most likely scenario. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, Mega Man 11, the music, it was spot on. They again, I'm a big fan of 8-bit music, but I'm totally behind the use of samples like they did for this game. It's like proper video game music, but it has that simplistic tune that Mega Man games are characteristic for. It's like simple but catchy. You just can't help but get the tune into your head. So yeah, totally. I mean, Mega Man 11 is definitely set up for being a massive hit among fans, unless they do something completely stupid, like saying Mega Man is now human or something. Unless Capcom finds a really, really nasty way of ruining it, this game is going to be a massive hit among fans. And I hope it's going to be a massive hit among non-fans too, because of course that means that we will get more Mega Man games. So, internets, tell us something. Tell us about life, the universe, and everything. I've been talking for about an hour. Again, I feel like an old fart, telling my old fart stories. Like, oh, kids, when I was your age,
I went to PAX.
PAX. The Proto Man was so good. Not like these bands that you listen to today. They all suck. No, listen to the Proto Man. They're good.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, we're almost done. three of the 8 bosses down.
Okay.
I think in this capsule, the only thing I hate about the old school Mega Man games is that you don't know which boss you're getting unless you play
Yeah.
this a lot.
Yeah.
Because, for example, Mega Man X8, Mega Man X8 tells you which boss you're in for.
Yeah, at least gives you a color, which is a hint. Kamen Rider Shin says, Alras confirmed for 60 years old, likes to wait with no phone. I did not enjoy either waiting or having no phone. I just want to make that clear. Keep talking, Grandpa, says late. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I can keep talking if you guys want me to. I just don't know what else to talk about.
Sorry, I'm not speaking much myself, but right now I'm trying to not die. I'm trying to actually beat the game.
Yeah. Well, Zera is asking, did you get any cool merc? I only got the pin again, which is exclusive. I guess that's really cool. And I bought some other pins for Mega Man, and that was it. I didn't see anything else that caught my eye. Oh, one thing that I just can't believe. I can't believe how I forgot, and I can't believe that it actually happened, is that there was no Capcom store this year for some weird
Capcom
reason.
store?
Yeah, so what happens is every year Capcom has their store at the booth, and they usually have some form of semi-exclusive merchandise that you can buy there. This time there was nothing. It was just Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5, Mega Man 11, and 2 machines for Street Fighter 5, where, by the way, they had Justin Wong playing. So if you feel like you got what it takes, you can play against the legendary Justin Wong. In case you don't know, he's one of the best Street Fighter players who ever lived. If you're familiar with Evo Moment number 37, Justin Wong was the guy that lost against Daigo, but that doesn't mean he's bad. Yeah, that just means that he's good enough to be in the finals with Daigo. He's that good. And yeah, cool merchandise. There were plenty of pins. There's this weird thing at PAX, going on at PAX, where there's pins all over the place. People collect those pins. So apparently, you die and you go back. That sucks.
Yeah. You know, this game wants to punish you for the smallest mistakes.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said last time you played this thing, or you played this thing, is that this game does not look like something I will enjoy, because I get very frustrated very easily. Unlike Mega Man 11, which is very hard, this game doesn't look hard. It looks frustrating. This does not look like Mega Man 11. Sarah says that moment it itched into my memory. I'm not sure.
Which moment?
What? Yeah, what moment are you talking about, Sarah? Remember that we are a little bit ahead of you, so we don't know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, there was no Capcom store this time, and I think that was a huge mistake. They could have just sold the stupid pins at the Capcom store instead of having people line in an extremely short line, just so that the scalpers could get the pins and sell them for $50 on eBay. That's so grim. I'm still pissed. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You can be pissed in this stream.
No.
Your anger gives me viewers. Oh crap. At least I have an E-tank. Yeah.
I have an E-tank. 20 people call them E-tanks. Even when they are not exactly that. Oh, Evo Moment 37. Oh yeah. Oh, so you meant to say it's etched into your memory, Sarah. Yeah, Evo Moment 37 is so epic. Kamen Rider Shin says, Alras Rage feels views.
Yes.
So you're gonna have to do the whole thing all over again.
Yeah, but only until I beat the 8 bosses, and this time I have lives and I have E-tanks, so it's cool.
You have money. What else? Other memories from PAX. Did I already mention that the Proto-Men are the best thing ever?
Yes.
They are. They are the best thing. Oh, I miss them so much. Best thing. What else? I got some videos of Bit Brigade, but I messed up the configuration settings on my camera, so the bass sounds completely distorted because it was clipping. I forgot to set up the wind and noise reduction thingy, so yeah, kind of sad about that because again, it was a really good performance. It's always a good performance when Bit Brigade is involved. Anything else, guys, on the internet? Ask me something to keep talking about.
Yeah, sorry.
Otherwise, it's gonna be a very quiet stream. We don't want to distract Lynx. He's quite busy, as you can see right now. Yeah.
But I think I'm doing much better this round than last week. Remember last week's hell?
Yes, I do. I was there. I do remember it. Knives says Hypercube. What does that stand for, Hypercube? Kid knows invisible value extracts shit. What does knives stand for?
Oh, she's disappearing too much. Okay.
Don't die, kitty, says Late.
Thanks, Late. I am done.
That's the best tip I have ever heard. Don't die. Zera says, other than Mega Man, what games do you enjoy, alraz? I like my fighting games. I'm a big fan of Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter. I like the Guilty Gear series. I suck at all of them, by the way, but I like them a lot. Marvel vs. Capcom is definitely my top, but I like the ones by Arc System Works. Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue. There's this weird, obscure game called what is it? Sword Battle. I don't remember. There's a game by Arc System Works. I guess their attempt at an Street Fighter-like game or a tribute to Street Fighter, but it still plays like an Arc System Works. It has this weird feeling of both Street Fighter and an Arc System Works game. It's a very interesting thing. I forgot the name. I should have it somewhere here. Give me a second. I got nothing better to do anyway. You keep talking, Lynx.
Okay. Okay, I did a terrible mistake by spending all my 1,000 knives, but I really wanted Jumu just dead there. Only 2 bosses left, Chirno and I think 18. No, I'm just telling which bosses are left, which are, I believe, 18 and Chirno, yeah. So I'm fitting enough. Gotta do that.
Okay. The game is called Battle Fantasia, by the way. And Zera says, good to hear. I'm also a big fan, big fighting game fan. I recently got Ultra Street Fighter 2 on Switch. Battle Fantasia? Yes, Battle Fantasia. And Kamen Rider Shin says, you did a terrible mistake deciding to stream this though. So Battle Fantasia, you say? Yes, Battle Fantasia. Or is it Fantasia? How do you pronounce that? I'm gonna keep saying Fantasia because it's trying to sound like fantasy-y. Go kitty go, says Late. Yeah, with a cool cat. That's the best emoji. Cool cat. And yeah, so fighting games, and other than that, I also enjoy construction games like city builders or team park builders. I don't know. I have.
Oh yeah, when I met you, you were big into what was it? I think it was Age of Empires. You were really big into. when I met you?
Those are RTSs, and no, I'm not big into RTSs.
Oh, sorry. I must be misremembered. But you were into a building game. I forgot which.
It's probably SimCity on SNES.
Yeah, probably.
Or what else is there? Team Park 2 on PC. But I don't think I was playing that when I met you. I don't think I was playing SimCity either, to be honest. But yeah, I love my construction games. I have a weak spot for anything that's about construction. Again, I suck at them. I just like them. What else? And yeah, I think other than that, it's just like one game here, one game there. Not so much the genre itself, but the game. JRPGs I enjoy for the most part. At least Square Enix games, and of course Bandai Namco games. Tales of Symphonia. I've been playing Tales of Symphonia on Sundays on the Sundays live stream, and man, that's a really damn good game. Tales of Vesperia is one of my all-time favorite JRPGs. Chrono Trigger. What else is there? Final Fantasy VII. I really enjoyed that. I have not played Final Fantasy VI. That's 3 on SNES.
I just want to say something. I might actually not screw myself up thanks to these power fillers, because I need to do.
Here we are, people. This is the final boss, right? Right? Yes, final boss, people.
Ah, crap.
Oh, goodness. Oh,
I tried to do something and I failed miserably.
like always. And you're dead. Oh, here comes Dr. Wily. Come on, man, says Hypercube. I believe in you, says Hypercube again.
Thanks for believing in me, because I don't believe in me.
So, final boss for real this time? For realsies?
This is a final battle, yes, but it's the Patchouli machine.
Oh, goodness. What is that nonsense? Okay, so this actually doesn't look as hardcore as other fights.
Yeah, I know, but trust me.
It is?
Trust me, it's still ass.
Ass. Fuck! And my throat is already sore for so much talking. I'm actually very antisocial. I usually don't talk this much, so...
Not even on your stream.
Yeah, not even in my own streams, yes. So my throat is actually sore for so much talking.
Oh crap, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that's complete BS if you ask me. Well, this doesn't look as hard to dodge as other ones, as other bosses that you fought, where it's just like bullet hell.
Yeah, because this part is mostly filler. Because you know the machine is the actual blast boss.
Okay. A machine, I'm a man. Maybe I was built to last. Yeah, again, this one doesn't look super hard to dodge. It doesn't look easy, don't get me wrong, but it just looks actually doable. Kind of. Okay, that part doesn't look actually doable. Yeah, that definitely does not look doable. Is it done?
Almost. Yes!
And yay! Kevin Ryder says, have you played Project Cross Zone or Super Robot Wars? I have not. Oh my goodness, there's another one.
Yes, but I'm almost done.
I'm aware that Project Cross Zone.
Oh, you still have a little life. That hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so annoying. not played either. Darn it, says Hypercube.
Yeah. Oh, dang it.
R.I.P. says Zera.
I know. Rest in peace.
Resque Catimpache.
No, rest in peace. Piss.
Ah, piss. And I was going to say something. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have actually Project Cross Zone. Never bothered playing it. I just had it because I know there's Mega Man on it, and that's it. Super Robot Wars, however, I don't think I've even heard of that game.
It's a crossover between many mecha animes as an strategy game. There's Gundam, there's Gunbuster.
Is there Mega Man?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure anymore. I don't follow Super Robot Wars. I only know everything that's sci-fi and Japanese. It's there.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, anything else, internets? Tell us about your life experiences. Any of you guys made it to PAX this year? Did you spend 6 hours in line just to get a stupid pin? Sarah says, sadly, none of them got localized because licensing. I see.
Yeah, if you buy one of those games, you need to load a fan translation with something or other. I forgot.
I see. Kamen Rider Shin says, not anymore actually. The last 3 games came out in English. Oh. For the C area. What do you mean C area? Seattle? That's usually how Seattle is abbreviated here. What do you mean by C, Kamen Rider Shin? Living live for 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 39 seconds.
Oh, don't be like that, Sarah. So that's translated, not localized. At least it's in English.
English. Yeah, I'd rather have a translation than a localization, to be honest. Localizations usually take way too much creative freedom, and I'm using this creative freedom very loosely here. Southeastern Asia, says Kamen Rider Shin. Oh, so that's what C stands for. Yeah, here they use it to say Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd rather have it translated than not translated. And oh goodness, we're gonna have to watch this whole thing all over again. To be honest, Lynx, I'm impressed with you. I did not know or did not expect you to have the patience to sit through this, to something like this. I was expecting you to just give up eventually, but no, here we are.
Here we are, and we're at the end game, and we're going to finish this, goddamn it! Oh.
Right. Let's do it. I'm just gonna keep watching. That's all I can do. Sorry.
I think Remilia was here, Remilia Scarlet the Vampire, and she was weak too.
Also, I recorded some gameplay footage of Mega Man 11, by the way. Not me playing, but other people playing.
Oh
so
yeah, it's on your YouTube channel, right? I
Yeah,
think I saw it on my feed. Post it in the chat if you wish.
I am.
Oh, perfect.
Power goes out.
No, don't, because this is Mexico.
So yeah, I recorded that. That's not me playing. That's some casual players who clearly have not played Mega Man games before because they were not using Mega Buster. I forgot to mention that you can charge your Mega Buster and the slide. I'm very happy that they brought those back. I was kind of annoyed that they took them away for 9 and 10 because well, Mega Man 9 is essentially Mega Man 2, and Mega Man 10 is just Mega Man 2, 3, or it's just Mega Man 9, 2, I guess. Careful, Lynx, your insanity is leaking out, says Sarah. And Kamen Rider Shin says, charge the slide. That will be an interesting addition to the game. But no,
because it sounded like you meant that.
Charge and slide. Sorry. And Kamen Rider Shin also says Proto Man had them. Yeah, but Proto Man is not Mega Man. And
So
Mega Man
so it doesn't
charge-
count?
No, because Mega Man could charge and slide back in the days of 3. Well, in 3 he could slide, in 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's 6 games where he could, 5 games where he could charge and slide. And suddenly they decided, why don't we just make
What?
Mega Man 2 all over again? And they removed the slide and the charge from Mega Man.
Okay, sorry,
No.
I'm starting to play way too recklessly with the top spin. I should chill the fuck out.
You need to chill the fuck out. So yeah, people were playing Mega Man 11 like
Like
people
it
who
was
had
Mega Man
never
2?
played. Yeah, which sounds to me like they had never played a Mega Man game before, because if you have played any Mega Man game before, the first thing you do is try to charge your Mega Buster and try to slide to see if they work. Those are your essential moves.
Yes.
Lynx is not top spinner, says Kamen Rider Shin. But it is. It's not. But
It is because you need to jump to use it.
Exactly. So it's not top spin, but it is. Come on, it is top spin.
Oh no, he says I'm not a good top spinner.
Oh,
I think that's what
Ah.
he meant.
yeah. Sorry, I got the English. I English failed. I totally English failed.
What do you stop sucking dicks?
No, I will not even start.
No, I'm not telling you, I'm telling the bosses.
And Kamen Rider Shin says, indeed. Very good indeed.
Sorry, I'm having an aneurysm. I just want to be done with this stage because the next stage is the final boss, because the final boss has an actual checkpoint.
Okay, so Kamen Rider Shin says, alraz needs to English harder. Yes, I do. I don't English very good. I can't English. What else was there at PAX? By the way, that video, oh yeah, something I have to do with that Capcom was very nice to me. The guy who was running the Mega Man booth is one of the Capcom Unity guys. I forgot his name. Let me take a look very quickly at Capcom Unity. Who are you? Not you, not you, not you. I don't know. It was one of the guys at Capcom Unity, and he was very patient. And at some point, when I felt like I could not get into the line, wait. Kamen Rider Shin says the Bobcat is hissing at the game. Yeah, at some point, I thought I'm not gonna make it into the line at all, so I might as well just record the game, and that's where that footage you're seeing there in that video that I shared got from. So I asked the people at the booth, the Capcom employees, hey, do you mind if I get all the way into the games and record them? I'm not gonna play, I'm not trying to get into the line, I just want to record some gameplay footage. And we're like, yeah, sure, go ahead, just record everything you want. So yeah, thanks a lot to Capcom for being so nice to me. Even though they made a small mistake, I'm not gonna bash them. I'm pretty sure it was more like a communication issue, the thing with the very long lines. But yeah, they were very nice people and they were very patient. They were answering everybody's questions over and over again. Everybody was asking about the double gear system over and over again. I know because I heard them, and I heard the guy answering the question every single time with a smile, and he was very happy. He had a very positive attitude, which is very nice of him. I appreciate as a fan, because honestly, those jobs where you deal with human beings are the worst jobs. The guy at some point there was a guy holding the sign that said the line is capped. What are you doing, Lynx?
I was trying to see if the E-Tank will spawn.
Yeah,
Again.
right. In this game, right?
There are secrets. You saw me use a few ones in an earlier stage.
Yeah, that would be way too generous. Anyways, yeah, the guy was holding the sign that says the line is capped. And I swear to you, every 5 minutes, someone will come to that guy and be like, "Hey, is the line capped?" And the guy will just smile and point to the sign that clearly says "line capped." So, yes, it is capped. Why the fuck are you even asking? But yeah, the guy was just smiling and nodding. He was not losing his mind over it. So, yeah, I feel again sorry for the people who have those jobs, but yeah, they were very professional. They were very nice to the people, very nice to the fans. So good job in that regard to Capcom. And hopefully they're gonna do better in terms of line next time. No, I'm still not over it. One thing I forgot to mention is that I actually tried to get into the line for 3 days. The day where I spent 6 hours was when I finally got into the line, but I actually tried for 2 other days. I tried different strategies and none of them worked. So that day where I got very early was the one that kind of worked. Really was more like me being aggressive with getting into the line, because otherwise there was really no point. You could clearly tell that people were kind of camping around the Mega Man 11 booth trying to get into the line, because like I said, as soon as the line will open, everybody who was just walking around will immediately jump into the line. So they were clearly not just walking around, they were camping, they were just waiting for the line to open. So yeah. And what else? Oh yeah, the point that I was actually trying to make about that video is that I wasn't even trying to get something spectacular or something interesting. I just wanted to get some gameplay. And that video right now has, give me a second, 1041 views. To give you an idea, my other videos have 10 views, 1 view, 3 views, 3 views, 51 views. That's one of the where I'm showing.
What is this bullshit?
When I'm showing off my Mega Man Legacy collection, 11 views, 1 view, 11 views, 5 views, 4 views, 21 views. So yeah, getting 1,000 views for something I wasn't even trying. Yeah. What else? I didn't see what was that, Kamen Rider Shin? Lynx got muted. Are you muted, Lynx?
Murdered, he means.
No. Oh.
Hey,
Oh, murdered.
Can you hear me, guys? It's just
Yes.
I lost
Your mind?
for a moment.
Murdered. Mordred says, you got Mordred says late. Let me
Murder.
go grab Mordred. Let me grab some water because it looks like this is gonna take some time, and also take a quick trip to the restroom because I've been drinking way too much water. I've been talking too much, drinking too much water to try to keep my throat hydrated. But yeah, Kamen Rider Shin says, yeah, Lynx, we know you lost your mind. No, he just doesn't know where he put it. Oh yeah, he lost. And Lake says, Kitty was never sane.
Fuck you, Sarah. I lost to Chirno because my health was super low. Now I have a bit of health. I can.
Baka. Sarah says, losing to Cirno.
Chirno,
Baka,
yeah,
baka.
because she's the idiot of the characters.
I'll be back in a second.
Sure, you do that. So tell me, guys, how bullshit is this game in your opinion, chat? Be honest to me, because you've seen my suffering. I'm not dumber than no, who am I kidding? Come on now, don't say that. Don't say things that can't be taken back, like saying a movie is worse than The Godfather 3. Not playing this over 10, Shin? Fair enough. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I want to play Rosencrustillet next time. Well, after Touhou, after Halloween. Sarah, is it that bullshit, Rosencrustillet?
I'm back.
Hey, I'm asking Sarah if another Mega Man-like game is as bullshit as this one.
Oh, Rosen Kuresei levels. Hi, わかりました。Yeah.
What did he say? Is it as bullshit as this game?
They're not saying anything yet.
Oh.
Not playing this /10.
Yeah, because I asked them to rate the game.
Okay. Not even 4 stars. Yeah, I will definitely not be playing this either. I'm totally with Kamen Rider Shin on this one.
So tell me, Sarah, because I want to play that game in the future. Is it as bullshit as this one? Because I think in Rosencrustillet you actually have a charge shot and a slide. I fucked up. Okay, oh well. And this is my last life. Ain't this good?
Alright. So, you're gonna do this, right? Right?
Yes, I am.
Of course you are. So, internet. I don't know what else to talk about. Running out of ideas here. Usually I'm playing a game that I'm vaguely familiar with, or I'm discussing the game itself because I'm interested in the game.
Wow.
This game is... you didn't do this, dude. Can't help but notice that you did not do this. You say you would.
I'm too far into...
But you didn't.
Oh, Sarah, I didn't hear the question. Okay, I'm asking you, Sarah, if Rosencrustillet is as bullshit as Megamari in difficulty, or is it easier? I like Zelda because I don't die in Zelda all the time.
So, Kamen Rider Shin, you have to ask the question before you answer it. You have to read the question before you answer it, dude.
I forget.
Of course you do. Kamen Rider Shin says, any games you don't die all time in? And Lynx said, what did you just say?
Lane of Zelda, Boktai.
Oh yeah, you don't die on those all the time. Or are you asking me, Kamen Rider Shin, if I have any games where I don't die all the time? What's the question? Can you give more context?
Well, you die a lot in Battle Network.
I do die a lot in Mega Man, but that's the nature of Mega Man games. You die a lot. That's the expectation. Didn't play the sequel, says Sarah. And Kamen Rider Shin says both works fine. And Sarah says, because I didn't beat any boss in the first game.
Well, to be fair, Mega Man 1 is one of the harder Mega Man games.
Again, don't answer the question before you read it.
You read Sarah's...
Says, oh, you're talking about that.
Yeah.
I thought you were answering Kamen Rider Shin's comment, who said, alraz can't beat Cutman, we knew that much.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I did.
The Mega Man powered up playthrough, that was a miserable experience.
Yes, but I was playing hard because you people told me to playing hard. By the way, I don't know what you want from me.
They wanted flawless gameplay like you did with Mighty Number 9.
Sure. Good luck with that.
It's just I can't quit. Oh yeah, Cutman.exe when you've died like 7 times.
So he meant Catman.exe. Which I don't remember. I remember dying lots of times with multiple characters. I don't remember that particular interaction. Fun. The Kamen Rider Shin says where alraz spent a fun half hour dying on to him. That was Catman, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. Yeah. I'm finally sorry. I'm old and senile, whatever it's pronounced. Yeah.
You're old and crusty.
Yes, I'm just forgetting things already. When I was your age, kid. Oh, shut up. We heard that one already. Rider Shane says, I kept screaming at you to use sub gems, but that's a problem. If you scream, I can't hear you. You need to type it. Yelling at the computer doesn't work yet. Probably in the future, but for now, it doesn't work.
God no! Can you imagine if Twitch implemented a service so chat members can join the voice? No!
Alraz confirmed for 70 years old. It's more like 90, yeah. My brain is degenerating really badly. And I'm serious, I'm not even joking when that is. Well, it's degenerating about the same pace as my mother's brain is. I'm just starting to forget things, and yeah, seems to be a family thing. So yeah, I can't imagine how I'm gonna feel like in 3 years from now, if I'm still alive. That would be interesting. So you got this? Yay, Lynx got this, people. We're gonna beat the game today. And yeah. Sorry, I'm tired. Zera says, I feel like I gravitate towards hard games. I mean, I play Monster Hunter and Mega Man games, but overlay hard games like you can't even have fun. It's so goddamn hard. Yeah, there are some games that are designed to be frustrating. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes
unintentionally, like Mega Man X6.
Yeah. So, and I don't know. I personally don't enjoy frustrating games. I know that there are people who do, and I totally understand you, Zera, for not enjoying frustrating games. I enjoy hard games, not frustrating games. A hard game is something that when you play it the first time, it's nearly impossible to beat. But the more you play it, the easier it becomes. So much that you can later play the whole thing with one life. Huh?
Brag about it.
Yeah, you can beat the whole thing in one life.
And then brag about it.
Yeah. So, but then there are other games like this one where it really doesn't matter how much time you put on it. You can't realistically expect to beat the game in one sitting. I'm pretty sure there are people who do, but they spend literally years and years playing the game over and over again. That's not the mark of a good game. A good game is something, and that's the weird part. X6 being my favorite is that's definitely very weird. Well, I guess you really enjoy your hard games and you're a really hardcore Mega Man fan, and I understand that you enjoy a frustrating game like that because you've played it enough that it's exactly what I was doing. You've played it enough for years probably that you can beat the whole damn thing in a single life. But yeah, I mean, to me, a good frustrating game is something that you can master in a few days, probably a week. Something that requires years. God This game is not a hard game. It's just a frustrating game. And I honestly don't see a point on trying to master something like that. Again, to me. I know there are people who do.
It's been a fun stream, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing this game. You are, so I have no problems with this. You enjoy your self-torture, self-imposed torture.
Thankfully, other Touhou games I want to touch, such as Touhouvenia and Shanghai.exe aren't as bullshit hard as this.
Why did you use a weapon before getting in here?
Because this is what I wanted to do.
You monster.
I just skipped a whole phase!
So Kamen Rider Shin is saying, it's quoting you saying, it's been a fun stream. I don't know what you mean, Kamen Rider Shin.
It's just weird. Like, I know I should be pissed off at this game, but I had fun in
Lynx clearly he can't tell he's gone insane, says Kamen Rider Shin. I see what you mean now. Wow, that okay, that was phase 1. That was the easy part. Now, onto the actual game. Sarah says, "Oh God, Scarlet Requiem. Good luck." Requiem. Yeah, that thing. Scarlet, that thing.
Scarlet Requiem is only as hard as Super Castlevania 4 or the Japanese version or Castlevania 3, in my opinion. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I actually beat that game. Okay, guys, final boss time.
Alright, final boss. Flipping heck. Oh, just like in Mega Man 2, I see what you did there, game.
Thanks, Cube. Yeah, Cube says kick her ass, and I intend to. God, do I intend to.
Alright, it's ass kicking time.
This is Koakuma. She's Patchouli's Lucky in the library in the actual canon.
Okay. Alright. So, don't you have to use bubble leaf on this one? I guess not.
Okay. Let me psych up for this, please.
Late to say is good luck, kitty.
Thanks. This is the actual last boss.
Last boss?
Yeah.
The last of the last bosses. Blimey. What the hell is that thing?
A mecha.
Mecha?
Oh shit.
Bloody hell. Again, how in blazes are you supposed to fit this thing fairly and squarely?
Because I actually practiced.
Okay. You're out of weapons now, and you still haven't used bubble leaf. You dead already?
Oh.
Mekazawa patch says late.
Yeah.
You are so dead.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
You are. Yes, you are. Hadouken! He does a Hadouken motion. Oh no, more like Genkidama. You are so dead. Wow, how do you even dodge that?
Oh! I think I just let the whole audience deaf with my scream. I apologize. I just got angry, but this is a final boss. This is like it.
Shouldn't you just die so that you get all your weapons back? Because as you are right now, there's very little things that you can use.
Let me try it, I'm a madman.
Fine. You're fucking stream anyway. It's not like I can stop.
This is my last life anyway. Yes. Finally closure on a game I began when I was in high school. This is what I want, closure.
You've never beaten this game before?
Nope. I played it and I didn't. So I always wanted closure on this game. That's why I began streaming it. Because I knew streaming it would force me to get good.
Wow. Wow. You do a barrel roll.
The eye lasers don't hurt you. What hurts you is the actual explosions in the ground.
I see. So that's how you managed to beat it.
Oh crap! I jumped too early.
Alright, machine says a cat who has no more options. Ooh.
That's me. Punished cat, a cat who has no more options. It's a Metal Gear joke because I know you didn't play Metal Gear Solid 5 with Phantom Pain.
At all. I haven't played any Metal Gear game, to be honest.
I will play if I had if I had a split screen, but I don't, so I won't. Maybe someday in the future, because those games are actually fun.
Okay, you say so. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, Mega Man 11 demo.
Any other game besides Mega Man you're looking forward to?
I wish Capcom gave... I know it's not gonna happen, but I wish Capcom gave Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite another try. But man, there's such a bloody mess with the copyright stuff.
Yeah, with Disney. We're right?
With what?
With Disney.
No, not just Disney, but apparently Fox owns the copyright for the X-Men.
Yes!
Somehow.
I'll explain that later, but that's why Disney bought Fox. Yes! Oh, yes!
They haven't.
They haven't? I thought they already did.
They are trying to buy Fox, but they haven't. There's another company trying to also buy Fox.
Yes! I'm done! I finished the game! All clear!
Yay!
Let me read this. Let me enjoy. The battle is over. Patchouli's machinations were thwarted. Peace reigns again. Never forget, trouble can arise at any time, and the only thing that will solve it is a bright shining light in your heart. Fuck you! Thank you, Marisa. Hello, Alice. It's not scary anymore. No matter the challenges may come, you two will surely overcome it. See you next to Magic. Fuck you! Yes, I'm finally done. Oh! Yes.
Sarah says, "I'll drink to that," says Sarah. And Kamen Rider Shin says, "Disney is trying to buy and finalize the buyout by next year. Comcast is trying to outbid Disney." Yeah, that's what I heard too. They're competing between themselves.
And Patchouli still screwed Marisa over because she landed her UFO on Marisa's house, destroying it.
Presented by
Twilight Frontier, Tasorage Frontier.
Holy shit, my throat says Sarah.
What are you
No, he
drinking,
drank
Sarah? I'm going to need a drink right now. I have tequila and vodka downstairs, and I think I'll toast my own. Jesus
All
Christ!
both at the same. Time for
Whoa.
Mega Man 2. Oh, time for Mega Mario 2, says Kamen Rider
It
Shin.
doesn't exist, but there's another Touhou game that's like Mega Man X. Maybe next time, because I'll do Komayo Densetsu Scarlet Requiem, aka Touhouvenia, because since we do these streams every 2 weeks, I want to do something Halloween-like, and Touhouvenia seems like the most logical option. So, I know it was frustratingly hard. Thank you for being here throughout the entire journey. Any final thoughts?
Frustrating game.
Yes.
Even when I was not playing, I was very frustrated just watching how unfair it is. I understand that it has a target audience that is not me, so I'm pretty sure that target audience is very happy with this game, and what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was a shot of whiskey alone, says Sarah. Yeah. What are your final thoughts, Mr. Lynx?
That's a strange thing. I was frustrated. I wanted to rage quit at some points, but in a strange masochistic way, I had fun.
You heard it here, people. Lynx is a masochist.
I don't know how to explain. I had fun. It was hard. It was unfair. I had to practice the goddamn Fortress of Stream to actually do this. But here's the thing. There's a set pattern to everything in this game. Like, this is one of those games that demand you to memorize that set pattern. Like, for example, the early stages, I noticed the top spin weapon had a certain rhythm to it, based on the enemy's barrages. It's not fair. I'm not going to say the game is fair, because it's not. Oh my god! But I had fun in a strange way, and I feel very. I haven't felt like this since the NES days.
Okay. All right. Well, you were the one playing it, so I guess that's a more fair assessment than mine. What did you guys on the internet?
Tell me, chat.
Think about this. Tell us.
Tell me your final thoughts, chat, and I'm going to read them with alraz. And I'm actually curious. If you saw me suffer last week, it's on a 4-hour stream almost on my channel.
Yeah, we did this for 2 hours already.
2 hours, but hey, I think I did most of the fortress in 40 minutes. It's just the final stretch that kind of screwed with me. So tell me, chat, your final thoughts. Late, Shin, Sarah, Hypercube, Zach, anyone? I think.
Yeah, thanks everybody for your final thoughts. That was very deep.
Please. I don't know. I finally have closure, because I showed you this game over 10 years ago. Cube says pretty good over 10. That's his.
Really good. And
Kamen Rider Shin
over 10.
Kamen Rider Shin says meow. And Sarah says, it was interesting to see you lose your mind, but I'm glad you overcame it. Fuck. Yes, I lost my mind. I won't even pretend I didn't, because goddamn, it was a mental sacrifice. Ha ha. Late rates it. Miss Late rates it. I will cry if I play this out of 10.
Will cry. Yes, that sounds like my assessment too. That's my rate. Yeah, it has. I wanted to paraphrase Joe Bob Briggs, but it just doesn't work. If I was Joe Bob Briggs, I would say it has Buster Fu, Master Weapon Fu, and Jumping Shooting Fu. 4 stars. Check it out. But no. Don't check it out.
I think
No
you
4
you
stars
have
for
to
this
be on the I'm going to play a really stupidly hard game mindset.
Exactly, and I am not in that mindset, and I don't see how you can convince me to get myself into that mindset.
Eh,
And again, I understand this is like your baby. This is the thing that you wanted to do in your life. That's fine. Congratulations. And yeah, let's finish this shit already, shall we?
all right.
Easy mode. How
Uh,
lame.
only kids playing easy mode. Okay, tomorrow we're going to stream Mega Man Battle Network 2 at alraz's channel. It's going to be the Spanish stream.
Real.
Huh?
Yes.
And if anyone has any problem about how I finish this game, I don't give a fuck anymore. Thank you for watching. Take care. Oh, damn it.
Their problem. Goodbye.